on today is an early Tone Pump Deluxe that I've built. It belongs to a very good friend of mine, Joel from the Barstool Prophets. They were playing an outdoor gig at a fair when it started raining. The people putting on the show were kind enough to cover everything up so it wouldn't get wet, but there's a little hole in the tarp covering this amp. They decided to take a bath, get wet, and now it doesn't want to work. So we're going to tear into it and see what's wrong. So, one of the first things I do whenever I'm testing out an amp that comes in is I'll plug it into my load box. Then I keep the volume down in case something screeches, squeals, or pops. The next thing is I plug it into a current limiter, which basically is a light bulb in series with the power going to the amp, which if something's shorted, this is going to soak up all the power and get really bright. So, got the load box hooked up, got the current limiter hooked up. Let's start with that. Alright, let's flip the power on the amp and see what happens. Woo! Okay. Definitely a short somewhere. So now that we know it's shorting, first thing I want to do is pull all the tubes out and see if we're still getting a short. That's going to tell me if we have a transformer problem. First a little power, and then let's see what happens. The pilot light is on, and the light bulb for the current limiter isn't glowing at all, so we know no transformer problem in the power section. Shut it back down. Alright, so what I've done is unhook the power, go into the whole circuit, so now all I have is my rectifier, my high voltage coming in, the filament voltage for the rectifier. We're going to start it up and see if I still get a short. Oops. Still got a short. Alright. Just put a new rectifier in. We're going to power it up and see what happens. No short. Looks like that might be the problem. So after putting the new rectifier tube in, I started checking voltages, and my hot voltage was cutting in and out. So I shut it back off and took a look at it, and I'll put a picture up here. Looks like the socket arced when everything shorted out, so I'll be replacing that and going from there. And there you go. Alright, let's see if it works. Alright, another successful repair. That was pretty easy. New rectifier tube, new socket, and we're off to the races again. And I'm sure Joel will enjoy it to get it back on the road. Thanks.